Hi, this is Michael at TV Radio 1972, and today I'm reviewing the ZHIWHIS ZWS-604 AM/FM weather band MP3 radio and recorder. I bought this at Amazon for $23.59 plus tax. Sometimes you might see a coupon. I once saw a coupon recently for 10% off this radio, so you might be able to get it for a little bit less. Anyhow, here's the box. It has the ZHIWHIS logo, icons of a radio, antenna, another radio. It says FM stereo, AM shortwave. That's not right. It's actually weather band. MP3 recording, DSP radio. Now, I guess they use this packaging for all their ZHIWHIS radios, I'm guessing. But anyhow, there's pictures of the radios here. The 607 is the one that has shortwave instead of the weather band. And 603, which is this radio, has shortwave and Bluetooth instead of weather band. And then there's two radios here on the right. On this side of the radio, they have 9 and 10K stepping. In this case, and probably makes sense because the weather band is mainly for the United States and Canada. So, of course, they're going to make this 10K step on the AM and medium wave bands. Some more logos in the bottom, including the FCC logo in the middle. On this side of the package, there's some information about the radio here, including a barcode made in China. Now, it says 604 green because they sell this radio in both a green and white backlight. So, you can get either one. I picked the green backlight because I thought it was something different from the V115 that I have from ZHIWHIS. And on this side of the radio, just some information what's on the radio. Here you can pause and look at all that. Full band radio with card digital recorder, and then above it says DSP, PLL, FM, AM. Once again, they put shortwave on it, even though it's weather band. MP3 TF recorder. And then on the back of the package, pictures of 3 pocket radios. One is FM, another is FM AM. And then there's an FM AM shortwave MP3 radio player here. And then some text in both English and Japanese. And then on the bottom, Amazon.com/ZHIWHIS or Amazon.co.jp/ZHIWHIS. So those are the Amazon websites for both the US and Japan. High quality guarantee. If there is any problem with the product, please contact us and we will give a satisfactory solution. Okay. And then, top of the package, it has more logos of its features, including full band digital tuning, rotating antenna, FM stereo, LCD backlight, 440 memories. I'm guessing that's for the shortwave version. Auto search, digital selection, sleep timer, lock switch, DC power supply, lithium, battery, headphone, recorder, and MP3 player. So I'm going to open the box and take out the contacts. There's some contact information here. And now I'm going to take out all the contents. I'll put the radio to the side for now. Put the box aside as well. And here's what comes with it. It comes with a auxiliary cable here for your line and recording. There's a mini USB charging cable to charge the radio. That's the lithium-ion battery. And speaking of which, I have this is the plastic bag the battery came in. They ship it with the battery separated from the radio. There's an operation manual in 2 languages, including English. Now, this radio I got is an off-brand or rebrand of the Honda K604. So, there's English here, and I think Chinese is the other language. And then it also came with a cloth bag here to put the radio in to protect it. I haven't used it yet in case I have to take it back. And then it had 2 wrappings. This foam type of covering and then a smooth covering here. And here's the radio. Now, dimensions of this radio is 4 3/4 of an inch in length, 3 1/8 of an inch in height, and 1 inch in depth. It has an 18-inch antenna, and its speaker size is 1 to 1.5 inches, depending on how we can see the speaker there. It's a little hard to tell. Now, the reason I bought this radio because it looks almost like another radio that I have, the ZWHIWHIS V115 that I bought about 3 years ago. And I'll give you a size comparison to that radio. Here it is, the ZWHIWHIS V115. This one has shortwave. This looks like to be an updated version of those type of radios, whatever brand it comes under. But here it is. The antenna is small, and this is only 15 inches on the ZWHIWHIS and 18 on the ZHIWHIS. Both have wrist straps. And even the placement of its connections are pretty much the same. In both cases, I had to buy a TF card or get an SD card. They don't include one on either of these radios. There's the back right here. And I'm also going to compare with the XH-Data D318BT, which has only the FM band for its broadcasting, but you can record line in and Bluetooth as well. So here it is right here. This is a shorter, thinner antenna on the XH-Data, which is only 15 inches. So, I'll show you what's on the radio. You have the ZHIWHIS logo on the upper left. You have your speaker here. Your model number, ZWS-604, down here. You have your LCD display here in the middle. Keypad below it. Now, the 5 can also be used as the memory button when you long press the 5, and when you long press the 0 button, it lets you access your recorded files. On the bottom, you have your record, delete, rewind, pause, play, and fast forward buttons. You got that. Therefore, you can either rewind to the previous track or rewind within a track. That's when you long press it. When you short press the fast forward, short press, go to the next track, and long press, you fast forward within a track. And then on this column here, you have your mic up here, power button here, your lock mode button below it. Then you have your FM AM button, your weather band button, your menu button when you long press, and then your volume memory buttons here. When you long press the volume. When you go short press up and down, you go through your memories if you have memories. You have feet on the bottom. On the top, you have your 18-inch antenna. It's telescopic, so it's a pretty decent sized antenna to get your FM and weather band reception. The AM reception is with an internal antenna, which is a ferro bar inside the radio. Now, nothing on this side of the radio. On this side of the radio, you have your headphone jack. Headphone experience no low-level hiss. However, when I turn the volume down to 0 on headphones, you still hear a little bit of sound, audio sound. So it's not a complete mute. Then your Lanyard auxiliary jack here, your TF card. Now, for this radio, you can actually put TF SD cards up to 64 gigabytes. The other, I believe, was only 32. But the ZHIWHIS, you can go up to 64 gigabytes on your card. And then your USB jack. On the back of the radio, and this is where this lanyard comes in, your wrist strap lanyard. It has this little attachment in which you can attach it here, and you can stand the radio like that. That's pretty neat. And then you have a mega bass booster here, and then the back is where your lithium-ion BL5C battery. And the battery itself is actually a 1020 milliamp hour battery. Even though it says 1000 on the package here, you can pause and read all that. FM is 870108, AM 520 1710, and weather band 7 channels 162.4 to 162.55 megahertz. So what I'm going to do right now is turn on the radio. And yeah, the backlighting does not do well with this camera. I like the green backlight, but when you put it in front of this camera, and I've tried it with my cell phone camera as well, same thing, it doesn't come out very good. But I wanted to take you through the menu. There's sleep timer, in which you can set a sleep timer here. I'm going to set it to 0. Here. And then there's also your contrast, so you can measure the contrast of this radio. I'll keep it the same. I'll use the menu button again to go back. And then the backlight timer, you can set it to either always off, always on, 5, 10, 15, and 20 seconds. I'll keep it off for this demonstration. And then there's also language. You can set the languages to it. Let me just see all the languages down here. Yep, Chinese, English, and Spanish. And then recording set. There's 3 different recording sets here. Simple, quality, and super record. I use super record. And then there's a back button here. And in this radio, it doesn't let you set the stepping. So, not that it's needed in my part of the world. So right now, what I'm also going to do, if I press and hold this, it'll lock the radio. When I press and hold again, it unlocks it. And then, when I long press the power button, it goes off. But when I short press it, you can actually set the date And time on this. So right now it's 1:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from the northeastern part of New Jersey, or 04:17 UTC, December 30th, 2021. I press it again. And there it goes. Now, as far as tuning is concerned, actually, I'm going to do the tuning later. What I'm going to do is press my recorded files, and I'm going to show you some of the tracks I have.
WBZ News Radio on iHeartRadio. In the attic where I hide sometimes, so you'll always be in the know.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Hi, this is Michael at TB Radio 1972. That is my microphone recording that I tested out.
No matter how many smart devices you have, living room, you can tell them all to play WBZ News Radio on iHeartRadio.
Now, that is a recording of WBZ. I recorded off the phone through the line-in auxiliary connection.
Where I hide.
Official station to talk Giants. The Fan on 101.9 FM and the Odyssey app.
Fever, COVID or flu?
This I record off of WFAN 101.9 FM, New York City.
Your medical...
710 WOR, the voice of New York.
And that I record off of WOR 710, New York City. And one last radio recording was off KWO 35, New York City. I'll play that right now.
You are listening to NOAA's All Hazards Radio, station KWO 35 in New York City. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service Forecast Office located on the grounds of Brookhaven National Laboratory in Upton, New York. Station KWO 35 broadcasts on a frequency of 162.55 megahertz. The current time is 10:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hi, this is Michael at TB Radio 1972.
No matter how many smart devices you have.
Now, I can also go back to mode, and it'll go over other recordings. Here are some of the music tracks from my YouTube audio library. Now, I can fast forward within a track, or rewind within a track. Or go to previous tracks, or I can fast forward to the next tracks. And that is all for that. I'll press mode again and go to the weather band. I'll go to weather band because I'm going to demonstrate the weather band first and then go to FM AM. So I'll put the antenna up. Now I was able to get 3 stations from another spot in my room. I'll see what I can get here. Now, the weather band's a little on the quiet side, but it does pretty good in getting stations.
Variable winds becoming southwest around 5 miles per hour after midnight. Chance of rain 90%. Sunday, cloudy with a 50% chance of showers. Highs in the mid-50s. Temperature fall.
Now, that is WXL 37, Highland, New York, about 60 miles away.
New Jersey. The station provides a 24-hour broadcast of 7-day public forecasts, hourly weather observations, local climate data, river stages and forecasts, along with regional warning information. If you have questions about the broadcast, please contact us at 609-261-6600.
Now I can press the pause button to mute the audio. That's a pretty neat feature too. That is KZZ31, Harriston, New Jersey, about 25 miles away from me.
Here is the regional weather forecast. 10 a.m. Friday and 5:36 p.m. Friday. Low tide is at 10:56 p.m. Thursday and 11:48 a.m. Friday. At the Battery, high tide is at 5:35 a.m. Friday and 6:04 p.m. Friday.
And that is all. That's KWO35 New York City, my nearest NOAA weather radio station. Next, I'm going to go to the FM band. I'm already past 20 minutes, so I'm going to... So, here's how you can tune the band. You can either short press to go up, or long press to scan. Or, I'll turn this down a little bit. Short press down to go down. Or long press to scan down. But if I long press the play pause button, it'll go through presets, which I won't do in this scan. Instead, I'm going to use these two buttons on the bottom right to go through the band scan. I got 40 stations on the scan. Better start in the beginning. I'm going to go a little up on the volume.
Bien, la despedida, la gente llorando, como dijiste tú, Broca. Ay, no, Ruso, te nos fuiste muy temprano, güey. Te nos pelaste, nos adelantaste.
Amor, bachata y más.
Having a sense of, for lack of a better expression, classical discipline.
Now this 96.0, it's kind of what I call a dead spot. It just generates this noise at 96.0, which makes it impossible for me to get 95.9 at any station. Same thing with the Retechis.
Worship music that moves you.
I love listening to the music. It makes me feel good. I didn't want to cry. It's happy tears. It's not sad. I am very blessed by listening to Air One.
Air One, worship now.
Got me popped out, almost swallowed 60.
Dar una banca en la iglesia o una butaca.
Alberca, pues me baño en la playa.
Are worse today than they probably were at any point during.
Analysis rest. Did you know running your dishwasher every night with Cascade Platinum actually?
All the highlights in your head.
Against the when he played for the Knicks.
Yep.
But I just wanted to get your take on what you think. You think somebody like Embiid would
Fantasizing about sex acts with
Young Love was great.
2021 wasn't that bad. Did Amazing Race.
I miss your love. I ain't giving you one in public.
On radio, The Quiet Storm.
And that is it for FM. I'll give you an FM reception report because The scan had 40 stations, but when I tested, I actually got 50. 42 okay to good and 8 weak signals. So it is a pretty capable FM receiver. I like it. It's pretty good on FM. Now I'm going to go to the AM. And what I'm going to do is just do a seek scan since I'm already at 25 minutes into this video.
I'm like, are you nuts? Are you serious? Kyrie, have you guys not watched any basketball? All you have to do is just... Dallas has 8 guys you've heard of.
WSCR, Chicago, Illinois.
Catch Mark Simone tomorrow morning at 10 on 710 WOR.
Eric was way behind on his...
Zoomer Radio, CFZM.
$48922.
Protected.
We see this still happening today, but what's it?
CJBC, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Now the forecast from the WCBS Weather Center.
WLS, Chicago.
Straighten down.
You are?
CHML, Hamilton, Ontario.
Kathleen, I thought I'd never get to take it.
WKDM, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Barely coming in.
Folks, talking to Neil Thomas. The book is Taking Leave of Darwin.
Sir, Wednesday news time at the Tone, 11:30.
WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts.
Every weekday at 2:55.
A criminal?
What's next? Build back better, Jack Rolling Rises.
WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio.
We're here for anything you need. WTAM 1100. Reporting the causes that are important.
WBT, Charlotte, North Carolina. KMOX trying to come in from St. Louis.
FOMC minutes.
WWVA, Wheeling, West Virginia. WHAM, Rochester, New York.
Economy is challenging. Have you...
We're allowed to live here.
WHKW, Cleveland, Ohio.
These people, they've gone back on their word.
Eight. Let's go juntos.
And it really helps me concentrate and
WFED, Washington, D.C. Now, the band starts getting weak above 1,500. See, I can't get my local station at night here. It tries and it struggles to get it. You hear these crackles and all that. It looks like it may be a bad circuit. They probably made a bad circuit out of this AM dial.
And it wasn't much freedom for a black...
WWRU. And then again with 1710. Nothing on 1700 or 1710. So, yeah. And that is all. And that is all. It looks like I'm probably going to go over 30 minutes with this video. But I'll give you some final thoughts. But before that, I'll do an AM reception report. During the day, I got 32 stations, 22 okay to good and 10 weak signals. And at night, 73 stations, 38 okay to good and 35 weak signals. But I pretty much had to tune the station one by one in order to get those stations. So that's why my thoughts on the AM band are, yeah, AM, it's pretty good on the lower part of the dial, at least about on par with the Retekis V115, but above 1500, it's not good. It is not good at all. I mean, I struggle teaming at 1560 on this, even though they're 1,000 watts right now. If it was still 50,000 watts, I would get it, but above 1500, the AM band is not good. And because of that flaw in the AM band, I'm going to have to knock the rating down of this radio a bit. Because of that flaw in the upper part of the AM band. I mean, for me, I want the entire band to work, not just part of the band to work. So, that's really my main flaw with this radio. FM reception is pretty good. Weather band's pretty good too. So, those are pretty good. I like that you can record off a line-in as well as microphone and off the radio when you get a strong station. So, I like the recording on this radio too. Now, this radio here, I think I gave a 7.5 out of 10, which was 3 3/4 stars. But because of that AM, I'm going to have to knock it down a notch. So, my final rating for this radio is a 6.5 out of 10 or 3 1/4 stars because of that AM problem. And right now, I'm kind of on the fence whether to keep this radio or not because there's some good things about it and not so good things about the AM particularly. So I may keep this radio, I may not. But I wanted to show you this radio and give it a try. So, those are my thoughts. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed this review. Have a happy new year. Have a happy 2022. And God bless. Bye-bye.